I can support you. Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will call to order the Commissioners' meeting for April 30th, 2024. I would ask that you please join me in a moment of silent reflection. If you would please join and stand with me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
There is one person joining us by phone today. If you could please state your name for the record. Oh, you know what? They can't hear us. Hold on.
You are unmuted.
Let's try that. I apologize. I didn't have the phone unmuted. There is one person joining us by phone. We're at the roll call section of today's meeting. If you could please state your name, that'd be appreciated.
Ellen Schmidt.
Thank you very much. That is
Okay.
all.
Executive session announcement.
There was an executive session held on, let me go back and make sure I have the date right. My administrative coordinator appreciates that. An executive session held on Thursday, April 25th at 2:30 p.m. That was to discuss one personnel matter.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the Board of Commissioners meeting minutes for 4/25/24. Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public comment.
I'm sorry, I forgot a very key part of the executive session announcement. The executive session was held with the three commissioners and Attorney Chris Gabriel from Gabriel Farah. I apologize for that oversight.
Hearing no public comment, Commissioners' comment.
I'll just offer public comment on the, I was going to say, when you go through the agenda, or maybe whenever you do your commissioners' comments, when we're at a full-time director of human resources, where do you expect people to go who are interested in job openings with the county?
Okay,
How's it on this one?
all right, thank you. Commissioners' comments.
For the practical purpose of answering part of your question, our job openings are all posted on our website, and we only accept electronic applications, so they are on the website. And except for civil service positions, which are on the civil service website. So
who processes that?
the HR department.
They have enough people?
Actually, it depends on the department. It's an attorney answer. It depends on which department it is. I can talk to you more about that part.
Any Commissioner comments? Okay, hearing none. Proclamation for Mental Health Month 2024.
Okay, this is a proclamation for Mental Health Month 2024. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, as all Americans experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives. And whereas there is a strong body of research that supports specific tools that all Americans can use to better handle challenges and protect their health and well-being. And whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our nation, with prevention being an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions. And whereas statistics show 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness, 1,814,000 adults in Pennsylvania have a mental health condition, 1 in 20 U.S. adults experience serious mental illness, 447,000 adults in Pennsylvania have a serious mental illness, 1 in 6 U.S. youth aged 6 to 17 experience a mental health disorder each year, and 98,000 youth in Pennsylvania aged 12 to 17 have depression. And whereas with early and effective treatment, those individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full productive lives. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen shares the burden of mental health problems and has a responsibility to promote mental wellness and support prevention efforts. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the Blair County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim May 2024 as Mental Health Month in Blair County. We call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in Blair County to commit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps our citizens can take to protect their mental health, and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health conditions. I put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second the motion. All in favor? Aye.
And I think we have a number of people from social services and other groups here if you guys want to make any sort of presentation about the resolution.
Thank you guys so much for doing the proclamation. We have several events going on this month that we just kind of wanted to brief and maybe get out. And we did bring some flyers. So the first one is Light the Way for Mental Health. Stuff up there for you guys. We're trying to get all this out. So if you haven't noticed, there's already some green ribbons and green lights out on Allegheny Street and the courthouse. So thank you again for doing the courthouse again this year. Lighting it up green. We also are downtown Altoona. I don't know what that street is called. 11th Avenue is lighting it up green. And this year, Tyrone, it was in a cross. I don't know what, I don't know their downtown. So downtown, Tyrone is also doing the green ribbons and lighting it up. So if you get a chance, go by those places at the night. You'll see it all lit up. We also have My Ascension, which is a film raising awareness of mental health and suicide. It is May 18th at the Altoona Library. So if you can get a chance to get out and see that, that would be great. And then our bigger event is the Altoona Curve Mental Health Awareness Night. It is May 30th. We have over 30 mental health vendors going to be there that night to provide mental health. All the businesses and agencies, if they send in a picture of them lighting it up green, they will get free advertisement on the Jumbotron. So that's always a good incentive. And the Curve also does T-shirts for us. This is last year's because I haven't had a chance to pick up this year's, but this is this year's. So they, I can honestly say that they always run out of T-shirts. People can pre-order them if they want, and then they get extra for that night, and they always run out. So those are just a couple events that we're doing this May. So if anybody gets a chance to attend, that'd be great. Okay, thank you guys.
Do you want a picture or are you okay?
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's get a pic. We'll put, it gives us content for our Facebook page.
I always try not to do pictures.
I will repeat what I've said. I don't understand why people want pictures with us.
Oh, you want me to? Yeah, sorry. All right, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. And one more. Great job. Thank you.
I just like to say thank you for taking time to make this proclamation because it is very important from somebody who's out there every day helping Blair County residents with their mental health concerns and frustrations and daily stressors. We have a lot. Yeah, very, very, very busy, yes. And any support that we can get is greatly appreciated, so thank you.
Okay, if you could run us through the consent agenda, please.
Sure thing. Resolution number 211 is your consent agenda today. It's a payment of the 3 warrant lists as outlined in your agenda in item A, ratification of 4 warrant lists as I outlined in item B. It's budget transfers in items C and D, 2024 budget transfers. Item E is terminations, and F is resignations.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Did you make the motion or you
Yes, I
asked? Okay, I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, staff reports and special business. District Attorney Pete Weeks.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I am here requesting approval of an indemnification agreement between Blair County and looks like Altoona Logan Township Mobile Emergency Medical Department, or AMED. The reason being is, as some of you might recall, I have designated an Attorney Consiglio before me. The attorney stands as a special designated assistant district attorney to prosecute misdemeanor code violations for certain boroughs. They expressed an interest in prosecuting them, and frankly, we do not have the resources in the district attorney's office to handle that extra influx, especially with some of the more compelling crime that we have, unfortunately, throughout our community. This is somewhat of a similar request where AMED is looking to pursue certain unpaid serial accounts through criminal statutes. I did review it with the AMED director. There's certainly a legal basis to do so. Attorney Stance has again indicated willingness to litigate those. And I would again identify this as something that right now, with our current complement of 8 attorneys, when we're supposed to have 10, and as the commissioners are well aware of, for some reason, even though we're a 5th-class county, we have 4th-class county crime here. So I believe it would be appropriate, again, to designate Attorney Stance. There's no cost to the county. We don't pay for his CLEs. We don't pay for his license. We don't pay for reimburse him for the time he has spent on this. He's merely designated with the authority for a very limited segment of prosecutions, and in this case, it would be on behalf of AMED.
Any comments or questions of District Attorney? You making a motion?
Yes, I would move that the,
You can't make a motion at
Yeah,
Commissioners meeting. You can at salary board.
Yeah.
sorry about
I'll
that.
You
make-
want to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Children and youth?
Hi, Mindy. Still.
All right. We're requesting approval of the 2023 contract amendment between the County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and Computer Aid Incorporated, CAI, in the amended total amount of $211,871.20.
Any questions or comments? I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Okay. And then we're requesting approval of the 2024 contract between the County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and Computer Aid Incorporated, CAI, in the total estimated amount of $378,970, with costs varying upon hours worked during the course of the year. Those amounts for state and county are a little bit off, if you want me to give you the correct amounts.
If you don't need them now, you can just send them in an email and we'll make sure the minutes are correct.
Okay.
If that works for
Yeah.
everybody here. Okay. Thank you.
Any comments or questions?
Mindy, there was a pretty significant increase from 23 to 24. Is there anything that you'd like to make
Yeah,
a mention
so-
of?
Sure. For the program services, it did increase by $64,000. They have an extra worker coming to help us, or joining remotely for strategic planning, helping with the needs-based budget. things like that. The fiscal consultancy services went up by 16,000. The hours increased, and we also added an extra CAI worker to assist with contracting this year. And then the caseworker field coach, we had a part-time worker on the last contract. This time we have 2 full-time field coaches, so that did increase by about $83,600.
Okay, any further comments or questions?
I would just comment on the field coach item specifically. We found that to be really helpful to our new caseworkers, and it's, I think, really helping with retention to have that person out in the field to kind of guide them. So
Yeah.
we felt like that was a good investment
Yeah.
to help keep those
That's why
people
we
here and
increased
on
it.
track.
Yeah.
Especially with the new caseworkers and the hopefully more new caseworkers.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
Social services, Trish?
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am requesting approval of an Affordable Housing Trust Fund program disbursement for the purchase of property through the First-Time Homebuyers Program in the amount of $3,000.
Comments or questions?
I have a lot to say, but I'll just condense it as much as I can. I'm glad to see that we have money to help folks buy and get started in life. This is a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm also glad that we're finally getting it moving again. For a while, it wasn't moving, so it's nice to see it moving again.
Why was that?
That it wasn't moving. It was just, I believe people weren't aware of it, or they couldn't meet the qualifications because of COVID in history. So it's finally moving again, and we're starting to see more action towards it.
Good. Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, thank you very much. Fort Roberdeau, Glenn. And who did you say was just at the fort yesterday?
We had a family from Australia yesterday visiting the fort. It was pretty amazing, and we have leadership Blair County youth coming tomorrow as well, the 24 youth leaders from the county. So pretty exciting week. So, and we open tomorrow. Opening day. It's the opening day tomorrow.
All right.
That's great.
So I'm here today requesting approval of the quote between the County of Blair on behalf of Fort Roberdeau and Presque for 15,000 fort brochures, 2024 brochures, in the total amount of $1,300. And I have some good news to go along with it. Explore Altoona has committed to cover $1,000 of that cost. So the county cost would be $300.
That's great.
It is great. Any comments or questions of Glenn?
Glenn, I sent you on with some homework a week or so ago. Were you able to get any information from that?
Yeah, I met with Eileen at Copyright, and the type of job, I took her a brochure, and the way the color bleeds into it, they weren't physically capable of doing the job.
I had asked Glenn to check out, because we have an open contract with Copyright, to see if we could do both, keep that local and keep it on a contract that we already currently have. But thank you for doing that research. I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, any comments, further comments or questions? Okay, can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve this.
I'll second the motion. All in favor? Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Glenn. Judge Cagrace.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I appreciate your staff's help with this agenda item. This came along pretty fast, to say the least. This is a request for essentially approval, commissioner approval for the courts to submit a federal grant request through Congressman Joyce's office for some community project federal funding through the Department of Justice. We're interested in making application for some equipment in the Adult Parole and Probation Office, which would include potentially a new vehicle for that office, and also for portable radios for the officers as well. So I think the details of that have been laid out to you previously, and we're asking for the permission to submit that grant request, which I believe is due by 6 p.m. today. So we're going to see what we can do about getting that done.
It's free money.
There is a match that will have to occur at some point if we get approved, so that will obviously have to come back to have further discussions about that, but we're looking for approval at this point to put in the request.
Any comments or questions for Judge Cagrace?
I want to thank you, Judge, too, because Sam and I talked a little bit before noon yesterday, and we had this thing pulled together, so I appreciate your staff's help with that. The interesting part of this is the funding stream is October through September. So if we do get this match, or if we do get this grant, we can contemplate the match a couple different ways. It could be contemplated in the 2025 budget. So there is a comfort level with that, and I believe it's either 10 or 15%, depending on what the funding stream is. And I was looking in my notes, and I'm not sure if you have it. I'm not finding it in an email quickly. It was about a $280,000 grant application, or do you have a better number on that final?
290, I think.
290?
Yeah. And depending, and obviously the court's willing to, I mean, we can have later discussions about this, but seeing that it is adult parole and probation equipment, we do have the potential availability of the supervision fee fund to help with the match too. So I think we're in a good situation because of the particular department that we're seeking the grant for, and that's one of the reasons why we came forward with the grant from that department, because we thought funds might be more available without further research, which we didn't. Congressman approached a couple weeks ago about this and was supportive and wanted us to be aware of the funding, but then it was unclear when the announcement would be released, and the announcement was released just a couple of days ago, last week, and it was an unusually quick turnaround. That was surprising that it had to be turned around that quick, so that's why we had to jump on everything as fast as we did. But we're going to look ahead. I already told him that we were going to make this request, but we would want to work with commissioners looking towards the next round and perhaps come up with some programs that would benefit the courts in the county both, that we might be able to make some request of him together.
Okay, well, good job for everybody.
Thank you.
Any further comments or questions of the judge? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve for the submission of the federal grant. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hit that send button.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lindsay, you're up.
Hello. We're requesting approval of the Agreement B, which contains the terms and conditions for the Easy Pass government agency account. And it would also be approving the application that goes along with that contract agreement, the terms and conditions. This is to create a countywide fleet management account for the Easy Pass, the toll roads, because we currently don't have one. There are at least 5 individual accounts right now, so we would like to consolidate that into one.
Any cost savings by doing that, or?
Yes. So there are departments who use the toll roads who did not have an Easy Pass, where we could have converted that into an Easy Pass. So last year we could have saved $173 alone. So, we spend about $2,500 on tolls every year, and the Easy Pass cuts that toll fee in half. So we should definitely take advantage of this
Absolutely.
program.
Absolutely. Any comments or questions of Lindsay?
I would just say, as a new member of the Finance Committee and with more direct interaction with the departments involved in that committee this year as opposed to last term, I've appreciated kind of the practical approaches that have been taken to some of these things like this project and moving things along. And we see in those meetings setting goals and meeting them consistently, or at least having progress toward them every single month. So this was one of those items on that agenda, and I just appreciate that approach and efficiency.
Yeah, good job.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the Agreement B with the government account application for the Easy Pass.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. Old business.
I believe we're still waiting. Okay, yep, still waiting till next week. Hopefully, we can get an answer here soon for you on that. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held Tuesday, May 7th at 1 p.m. Thank you.